everybody.
And we have our guest today. His name is Jimmet, and he owns the Twisted Rooster in Melbourne, Florida. Welcome, Jimmet.
Hey, thank you for having me, guys. This is going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to this.
Yes, we are as well. And we love having you on our show. And of course, talking to you, we want to get to know you as a human being and what it is that makes you tick. And we want to hear all about you in the community and some of the things that are going on as far as the gay community specifically goes in Melbourne, Florida, some of the struggles and some of the positive things going on as well. So can you tell us a little bit about one, how did the Twisted Rooster get started, and then your experience in the community?
So, one of the major reasons we wanted to get Twisted Rooster established is because I felt the need of not only having a gay bar, so to speak, because in today's day and age, we should not be having lifestyle bars.
Right.
I mean, the struggle is always there, the challenges are always there. But I just wanted to evolve that thinking of our town, first of all, which is somewhat conservative, and I wanted to bring this new trend of like, it's absolutely no labels, it's all inclusive. The reason I do it that way, so that way I allow you, as my patrons and my guests, be able to label it the way you feel appropriate, what this place is for you.
Right.
What it makes you feel, right? So to a lot of places, it's a nightclub. To a lot of places, it's a gay bar. To a lot of places, it's a show bar. To a lot of places, it's like an MTV video bar. Some people go, it's like a bingo bar,
Right.
So it's like, it's a little bit of everything for everybody. Because to
Absolutely.
me, because to me, in order to actually have something that is categorized, that could be like something like a sports bar. Yeah, I get it. Like a country bar, I get it, because there's line dancing and stuff. And just the same way when you go with the food, like for Chinese food, you look for Chinese restaurants, right?
Right.
But a local place will always be a local place. They offer all of it. So with that mindset, I decided to open it with no labels, but yet heavy with like a LGBTQ lifestyle events
Right.
surrounding it to expose that culture
Right.
to everybody.
Yeah.
And I have been here for 31 years. And when I first came, we had a lot of options. Recently, we have no options. If you
Really,
want to
really.
go
So it got
see,
less over time.
Oh, definitely.
Why do you
Yeah.
think that is? Like, why are we digressing instead of, instead of evolving? Why are we going backwards? Why do you think that's happening?
well, in my opinion, I think like, the population, I mean, like it's not as what it used to be with evolving technology. See, before you had your only option was to go out to meet people.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have smartphone technology, we have
Right.
apps, we have a lot of
Everything
different avenues.
comes inside.
It's just like if you talk about like so many businesses, like even retail stores, they're dying, they're shutting down, they're closing. Why? Because we have a lot of online shopping, a lot of like things we can do just literally on our fingertips, and I don't
True, but
have to move an arm.
you cannot create an immersive environment the way that you have at the Twisted
Right.
Rooster. It's so immersive, and you're bringing entertainment can only touch you so much. With
Right.
that, I mean, I can see how like the store part of things is getting shut down because everybody's able to buy things online, but there's a
Right.
certain aspect of things that you're doing and providing you can't get that online.
No, and you cannot get that for free. And I offer that
Right.
at absolute no cover charge, free of charge.
Yes.
So like when you take a look at it, let's say if you just want to look at a gay bar, for example, and I hear this all the time, and I have personally seen it myself. The next one that you have from here, from this location, is if you drive to West Palm or Orlando, and that's it, right?
The party.
You do have, there is, even if you try to Google search gay bar near me, like people from Cape Canaveral, I get people from like
Excuse me.
Port St. Lucie, Titusville,
Mhm.
Fort Pierce. They all come. Like this is the closest one.
Right.
But the reason behind Twisted Rooster was really because I personally would travel a lot for work, and whenever I came back in this town, I'm like, oh Lord, where do I go this weekend? I'm
Right.
like, I do not want to travel again 100 miles or whatnot. So I'm like, let me just create my own watering hole.
Right. And I
So
have to say, we really appreciate that because the level of entertainers that you provide, the
mhm,
level of showmanship
Mm.
across the board, not even just LGBTQ. I mean, I've seen the burlesque shows and the belly dancers and all the
dinner
different
shows.
experiences and the
Right.
dinner shows. I
And the
mean, there are
local,
so many different options, so many variety, but these people are top notch A1 quality. Where do you find this talent?
yes.
So like a lot of these talents and everything we also find because I have to give credit to my staff and my event coordinators and stuff, right? So they have the connections. I have known them for more than a decade. My video jockeys, because we provide like music videos with the music that we play, and they are the ones who help me find it, and then from one connection to the other, and it just leads that way. And you're right, we have had entertainers that are like title holders, like Miss Florida FI, which is a female impersonator. um, RuPaul Drag Race queens have come in to perform over here. A lot of legends
Right.
have come and perform, and they will continue to perform. So it's just the connections is what I can say, and knowing that side of the game, you
Yeah.
know, knowing that side of the culture and attending those events and expanding your networking circle. Because I would personally go to myself to all these pageants. I find these people as well. I would talk to them. And then and then the word of mouth, because they know these entertainers, which I'm very shocked to find this, that they are not getting paid as well as many of them they get paid over here.
Yeah, and
So
I
their
think
word
it's
of mouth
interesting
and
too that
yeah,
you open it up to, you have your talent nights where you're finding new talent too, giving people the opportunity who
yes,
may not have that opportunity elsewhere. You're opening up talent nights so that people who are interested in maybe diving into becoming a drag queen or an
yeah,
entertainer, you give them that the floor basically to
yes.
um, experience it, see if it's even something they want to do on a smaller level, so that if they start here, you can build your way to something bigger. But I love that you open that up to the locals.
Right.
Yes, and I have four house queens now
Hmm.
at Twisted Rooster. All four of them were found from talent contest nights.
Oh
Uh,
Wow.
wow,
yeah,
Wow.
Asia,
I love
Anita,
that.
Reptilian, all of them, and Alita. So all these girls, they were found from there. I have had so many great talent that is
Yes.
hidden, that is nowhere people were trying to promote, and it's any talent. I always
Right.
tell people, I'm like, if you can walk with your hands, come, that's a talent to me because I
Right.
can't.
Well, and I've seen your talent nights where it's not just drag queens either. You
No,
have people who are more like exhibitionists trying, doing a dance, or
yes.
Sing.
they can sing or play
Yeah,
an
we have
instrument.
street dancers, singers.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I have also had stand-up comedy acts, like
Right.
any
Oh, I love
talent.
that.
It's what you feel that you want to go out, and they get $100 cash, and
I
then
love
we
the
usually
diversity.
book them.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I love the diversity.
Yeah, and it's not just. I think that's the other thing, is that you don't just have drag queens. A lot of
Yeah.
people say, "Isn't
right,
that where all the drag shows are?" I'm like, "Yes, but there's so much more
More
that
to
he
yeah.
offers." And
right.
we're breaking down that barrier anyways by providing other things like karaoke
And we
night.
also have drag kings. You
Right.
Yeah,
know,
of course,
Yeah.
of
so
course.
there is absolutely there's diversity there with the talent contest,
Oh yeah.
and it's it's a way for me to give back to the community who are
Mhm.
appreciating Twisted Rooster. It's like I want to give them an opportunity as well. And we will book them from, if they are winners, and if I tell them you win 3 times, I will book you on a Saturday or a Friday.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Okay.
Giving
Yeah.
them like the full,
A
Right.
motive. Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
Right.
that's amazing. So, what are some of the more challenging things about having a bar that is perceived as strictly gay? And it doesn't matter like how many times I know that I've talked to you about this. I'm always telling people, I'm like, it is so much more than that. Like, you really need to be a little more open minded in the sense that we're providing a lot of other forms of entertainment. And it's really just designed to give people a space to be safe and to be themselves however they identify. Um,
Right.
it is hard in a smaller town with very few options. what are some of the what are some of the things that you find that make it hard for you to advertise, or experiences that you've been through in the local area?
Well, I think it's always hard for any business, I would say, when they're trying to put a new footprint,
Mm-hmm.
when they're trying to establish anything that is not very, like, a familiar thing for people.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so it was definitely challenging. I mean, you hear things, you notice things such as, like, oh, great, like we don't want to go over there because, like, they don't look at the gay people the same way as a regular normal people,
Discrimination.
like we are normal. Uh,
Right.
then you will also hear, like, sometimes we'll see some angry drivers on 192 and stuff. They'll roll down the windows and they'll scream the F word.
Right.
Yeah, not
And
not the
yeah,
F word.
yeah, but like, just for, I don't know, like, to me, like, if you want to say that, obviously you're going through your own little problems and own
Right.
little
Yeah,
struggles.
that's not a
So
you
you
issue.
ignore them. Yeah, so you
Right.
just ignore them. But as far as the support that we had from the city and everyone, it has been amazing. Like, no one had uh I didn't have any major roadblocks, so to speak. The only roadblocks were just, like, the times and trying to get things in order and organized and stuff like that. Like I said, like a normal thing for any new business. But as far as the support from the community goes, the people who are coming there, they absolutely fall in love.
Yes,
Okay.
they do.
So the only thing that I struggle with is that, why aren't you giving us at least that one chance or that one
Right.
opportunity? Step your foot in.
Right. And see
We're not
all
going to
the
follow
other,
you.
there's so many things like, and it's not to toot my own horn, it's because you offer so much amazing entertainment and
Right.
opportunities for everyone. There's
Yeah.
something every night of the week,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
whatever
Mondays
your,
we have
yeah,
poker. Tuesday we are starting trivia with you.
yep,
And Wednesday we have karaoke with you. And, like, the brilliant idea of the new concept that you gave me with Marcus. Yeah.
Marcus.
yeah.
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 Oh yeah, the
Bastard.
battle
Oh,
of
right. The Battle of the, I saw
Battle of
that.
the
Bar.
Bars.
Yeah.
3 bars,
Karaoke
only one
tournament.
winner. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
it's
then, yeah, and then Thursday, I have the very first Thursday's talent. Every other Thursday's giveaway Thursdays. I give away bar tabs. I give away
wow.
like hundreds of dollars and shots and everything.
Oh
And
yeah.
then Friday and Saturday are the drag shows, and Sunday we have bingo, naughty bingo.
And that's
So
something I really appreciate you about you too, Jim, is you're always trying to provide incentives to encourage people not just to come through your doors, but like, so maybe you're very shy at singing and you're just like, I don't know if that, there's people who they're watchers rather than doers.
yeah,
And you're always providing incentives to try and encourage people a little bit out of their shell. And I think that is very rare, especially when you're talking about bar owners.
Right.
yes,
You're like, I will give you a free shot. And I've seen you do it
yeah.
plenty of times where you praise people with rewards for stepping out of their comfort
Mm-hmm.
zone.
Yeah, because that's one thing I wish I had growing up, is that push and that encouragement and stuff.
Yeah.
So I feel like, at least now, if I am blessed with this and I have an opportunity to do it and
Right.
can do it, so that's why I do it, because I
Yes.
didn't have it growing up.
Yes.
So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah. And I think that that's one of the best gifts that we have in the community is not um one of the things that's really important, and the reason I want to continue working with the Twisted Rooster, is because we have some of the same ideals, you know, in the sense of creating a space for people to be themselves authentically and feel that they are safe. They're in a safe place. You're not going to be judged. And we're just here to have a good time and, you know, let loose for a little while
Oh,
and forget
absolutely.
about the problems in the world, you know?
Well,
Right.
and you know what? On the other hand, it's like we are constantly
Yeah.
hearing it, watching it, and we are
Mhm.
also promoting it. And I'm talking now, like even the corporates, um, um, big companies, small companies, whatever. What is their first goal? Anti-discrimination. What is
Right.
their first goal? Diversity. What is
Mhm.
their first goal? They have actually classes on these things, right? They
Yeah,
want to make sure everyone is an equal opportunity.
sure.
Right.
And you do it
So
naturally.
to
So,
me, I have that diversity to the
yes.
fullest.
Mhm.
So come look at it and experience it yourself
Now,
versus,
is there anything, and you can say you don't want to talk about it,
oh,
whatever,
that's fine.
whatever your comfort level is, but I mean, is there anything that would be a little taboo, or something that you want to touch on that maybe people don't know about as far as you're concerned, and as far as like what's going on in the community with the gay lifestyle?
So there are a lot of movements, as we know, or we may not be aware of it for the fullest. With the whole, we did support in the cause of that anti-drag bill for the kids, which is like in all the drag shows and everything. I don't know if you guys have heard of it or not, but
Yes.
Hmm.
under the age of 18. So that has caused a lot of ruffling of feathers, so to speak, in the community.
Right.
And it feels like we are taking step backwards instead of forward, and we go moving back and going back to that old age
Now, are you doing
days.
that in order to protect them, though?
Yes, I'm doing that for many reasons. I'm doing that because I believe in what we all believe is freedom,
Right,
um and equality, and
right,
but yeah, and like you know, I can also understand their point of view or whatnot, but if they have their point of view, these people have their point of view. So which
mhm,
point of view is right, and who's there to actually say right or wrong, right?
Right.
right.
So so there are a lot of like you know, mind-boggling battles in your own brain that goes, and you don't know, because at one point you are brought up and raised and taught to do things certain way with full freedom and make your own decisions and be independent, but then on the second hand you get trapped down
Mhm.
on those decisions. So to me, it is what it is. We just have to live with it. But how do we live with it is the question. And that's where we are trying to support these people in a way that they are not mentally abused.
Right.
They're not scared of expressing themselves,
Mhm.
okay? To show them that there are different opportunities, there are different ways of doing the same thing. Okay, just because the one road is blocked for you doesn't mean you cannot find a way. Be that stream, be that river, like you know, just find that way. That water is not going to stop. They're going to make ways. They're going to find ways. So that's what I am supporting. That's what I'm going after. It was not more so what I believed in or not, but I just wanted to make sure that they had the right state of mind to do different things.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Right.
And I think that that's really good that we're like clarifying some things, because, um, you know, there's nothing worse than having the best intentions and it gets twisted,
Correct.
Right.
you know, and you're doing something good for the community, but at the same time, you have an obligation to protect the
Correct.
community that you are supporting. And
Right.
I think that sometimes they're looking for holes and a way to project certain ideas onto your mission in order to, you know what I'm saying? It's
Oh
like,
yeah, they will love to twist things around. They
sure.
can.
And
Like,
that's,
you
I mean,
know,
that's human nature to try and find a fault in things. And
right.
if you look hard enough, there's always something, you know?
Right. And that's why I always tell people it's like just because we helped with this going back to that Tallahassee the anti drag bill march was not intended to like hurt anyone or not support anything. That was just to show the support for these folks that are going through um this journey right now. So
Right.
we just need to make them get through it. It's what my goal is. Um, because I can sit here all day long and say what's right and what's wrong, but that doesn't mean it is or it
Right.
isn't.
So
So
who is Jimmet? Like, I want to know who you
you
are.
are
Like,
who you are.
what
No, I'm
is, no, I know, and I think you're beautiful, but I mean, like, I want to
What
know,
makes you tick?
yeah, what's the thing that if there was anything that you could reveal about yourself that you feel like not a lot of people know, what would that be?
well, a lot of people like they will like me as a person as far as I'm giving them what they need, right?
Okay.
The moment I am honest about some things, it triggers them. And then sometimes people hear stories from different people. People hear that, oh, that him. No, he just does that. He does that. He's a bad person. He's this, he's that. But then on the other side, I also have a lot of well wishers, a lot of blessings, a lot of true good friends, which
Yes.
I'm very blessed for. And you know, it's a learning curve. You just keep on understanding. It's hard to have that responsibility of making sure that you're pleasing everyone all the time,
Right.
Which
but
you
you
can't.
can't.
Yeah.
Right. So sometimes we tend to forget that we are also humans,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
sometimes people tend to forget that I'm a human as well.
Right.
Yes, because you have to
And
be on a lot. You know, you have to have. We literally were just
Mhm.
talking
yeah,
about this, and you know, it's hard when you have to be the person in control all the
yeah,
time, and
Right.
when you have your moments of like being
Human.
human and
yeah,
having moments of weakness, and it's like the vulnerability and exposing that. How much can you share without it blowing back up in your face? You know.
right.
And you know, I'm sure as a bar owner and a person in the community that has, you have a huge responsibility. You have literally one of the only gay bars in Melbourne.
No labels.
No labels.
No labels,
No
sorry.
All
labels. We
inclusive.
know what we mean though. Like,
Yeah.
you have a bar that you're trying to be very all inclusive, but also give a safe space for the LGBTQ,
Correct.
you know,
Right.
like we're still trying to, without giving labels, sort of
Right.
at the same time. And you have a lot of responsibility on your hands
Mhm.
because you are sort of like the face, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's for a lot of people. And like the other thing I also created Twisted Rooster is not only for that what we have been talking about, but for people that are late 20s and up.
Hmm.
Like people who are done with like, you know, bar hopping,
Bar
college, like
hopping.
party days.
Yeah,
Um,
I actually describe your bar as more of a lounge
Yeah.
scene. I
and
kind
I
of like
It's
it.
constantly
a
look at
place where you can dance.
Yeah, you can
You
dance,
can't really dance in dive bars. Nobody's dancing. There's,
no.
but it also has that element of class
right.
and grace where you can kind of sit and chill if
Mhm.
you're more the watcher. The way that you have
Yeah.
it laid out, I love that aspect of it. To me, it's very
Date nights.
loungy. Hmm.
Mhm.
We have a lot of date nights. We have a lot of bachelorettes
Right.
parties. We have a lot of
Yeah.
birthday parties, anniversaries, and people love to dress up
Right.
Hmm.
and go out, and they like
Yes.
coming to Twisted Rooster dressed up.
Exactly. And there are not
Like, you
many
know,
places around here that you
yeah,
can do that.
Yeah,
no,
especially when you're in Florida, you still get people who just like throw on flip flops. I'm like, that's not dressing up.
Mhm.
I know, right?
No, and there's no judgment, but I am that person. I love to get dressed up, and I
Yeah,
love to put the effort in and go out and feel, you know,
yeah, and that's why, yeah,
I
because like
love
you
that
know,
vibe.
people like I'm 51, right? So I'm like, where I mean, like I'm not a kind of a person that is going to go from like 8 bars in one night anymore.
Right.
You
Right.
know, so I just want to have a nice little ambience where I can have some good music, good
Right.
drinks,
Good
friends.
entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Can you tell us a little bit about the Twisted Divorce Party? I know that's up and coming.
Yeah. So Twisted Divorce Party is a movie that when it's completely done editing and it's ready for the release, you will see that 70 to 75% of the movies from the Twisted Rooster bar itself.
Mhm.
It's about four besties. And it's me and three girls. And I am also playing the owner in the movie. And then my three besties. One is getting divorced, so that's the divorce party that we're going out with. But the other bestie is also engaged, but in the whole midst of this chaos, uh, she loses $100,000 engagement ring. So
Oh,
now we are trying to figure out what happened. It's a very comedy movie, very chaotic mess and stuff. So it's going to be very interesting. So we only have like I believe 3 or 4 scenes left to get it all done, and then it will go for editing and all that other good stuff.
awesome. And so when can we expect it to be released?
It's too soon to say right now because they said that usually after all the contents are filmed, for editing it takes like at least 3 to 4 months with the music and
Right.
everything else. And if we need to do dubbings or if we need to do any other pickups or whatever, that may be. So let's hope that I would love to have see it for Valentine's.
Oh, that would be a great release time.
Yeah, perfect.
And we will also do, we're planning on having a pre-release party at the bar, and it's going to be a red carpet inclusive,
Ooh.
exclusive, with like a dinner, meet the cast and stuff like that.
Oh,
So,
so you're
Nice.
gonna need an invitation.
Nice.
yes,
That's
and buy a ticket too. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I love it. I'm so excited for
Yeah.
you, and it has been an honor working with you and being a
God,
part of your journey. And
Ditto.
likewise.
yeah, I would
Ditto.
say.
Yeah, I love us.
Yeah.
And well, but I'm more excited about in less than a month, my book is
Your book.
released.
Right.
Yes.
That-
It's on
This
a final
is very
edit.
exciting.
And
It's
what's your
about
book
the
about?
lost. Oh, it's called The Lost Indian. It's in 3 different phases. It's just 150-page easy read. But it's a storytelling. It's like a kind of a novel theme where it is an inspirational story and motivation that you will I'm hoping that people will get motivated from the story too. It is in 3 different phases, and it's about me from my childhood
Hmm.
when I went to British Catholic schools. So like from the very beginning, having English as a primary language, you were lost, right?
Hmm.
So it's all that about how you were lost, and then growing up, and then flying to the land of opportunities where your dreams can come true. So there's a story about me coming to America and what happened and how little I came with and what happened. And then the third phase is going to be uh, anyone can be an entrepreneur, and
I
it's
love
twisted.
that.
Right. Right.
So
That's good. And it's really great. And I think it's a blessing for a lot of people. Earlier, you were stating that one of the reasons why you like to have these events or offer people accolades is because you didn't receive them. Like you had to self motivate. So it sounds like the book is probably going to touch on that too.
yes, it
Mhm.
will.
Yeah.
It
Being a self starter.
Well, we are very excited, and we've been promised that if we made the video today, it would be out by Friday because we've waited long enough. So,
Thank you.
well,
Thank you.
thank you so much
All
for
right.
taking this time out of your day and doing this video with us. We appreciate you and your time and your story.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And I hope you guys got what was expected from this interview.